So those are important aspects to go through, assessing whether or not there's excessive sensitivity, because that may well play into some treatment decisions, and then assessing muscle mass, which you may have got some clues about just through observation about whether or not there's any muscle atrophy, for example, at the back end or the front end of the cat. But going through the major muscle groups there will help you focus on maybe particular limbs or even particular joints. For example, if the hamstrings are atrophied, that would tend to suggest that there's either hip pain or maybe lumbosacral degeneration or a combination of the two. So after assessing sensitivity and making an assessment of muscle mass, we'll then move on to evaluating the major joints. Now, as a result of the observation in the consulting room, as a result of the owner history, maybe some video that was captured by the owner in the home environment, combined with an assessment of muscle mass, you've probably by this stage already decided the most important areas to focus on first for the joint manipulation part of the orthopedic evaluation, whether that's the hind end or the front end. And that's where I would start. So I don't always do the orthopedic evaluation in the same set sequence. I will focus, particularly in cats, focus on the areas I want to evaluate most. I will do those areas first. Okay, so just before we get into the actual manipulation of the joints, I just want to go through a couple of points in terms of handling. My experience is that you should try and perform the orthopedic evaluation in the position the cat is most comfortable in, whatever position that is. Sitting like this, lying in the arms of the owner, maybe even in its carrier. Another point is try and keep your hands in contact with the cat. Keep contact with the cat at all times. Very often in dogs, we dive straight in, put our hands on a limb, manipulate a joint, and that will often work in dogs. But in cats, I think if you just come straight in and start to, you see that? Paradox is withdrawing. And they don't tend to like that point contact, what I refer to as point contact. So instead, have hands in contact with the cat, keep them in contact, move the limbs around. I can sometimes even keep my body in contact, move a hand down to the point you want to manipulate, and then start that manipulation. You can see there we don't get that immediate withdrawal, which could be interpreted as an aversive reaction. When it's not, it's just a dislike of that immediate point contact.